The world of poker is a big business. Over decades, poker has had a lot of winners, and many stunning poker hands played in various tournaments, which have been incredibly life-changing for people and made a big list of champions. The top players regularly scoop 7-figure sums when triumphing in a tournament, boosting their bank account balance significantly and propelling them higher on the all-time money list. Prizes worth millions are now almost monthly events in the poker world. Who are a few of them? Find out by watching this video. Sam Trickett. Sam Trickett is a professional poker player who got 5th position with a single event win of $10,112,001. Trickett placed second before the notorious Antonio Esfandiari in the big one for one drop $1 million buy-in tournament by WSOP back in the year of 2012. In 2005, Trickett decided to become a professional poker player when his football career stopped after he got a knee injury. Now today, Sam Trickett is ranked as the 12th highest poker earner of all time, with more than $20 million in wins. And as a result of his famous poker win in 2012, Trickett was also praised as the all-time most successful player in England. Jamie Gold. The 2006 WSOP main event is still the biggest one to date, and the tournament attracted a record-breaking field of up to 8,733 runners, creating by far the biggest prize pool in WSOP history. And then the dust settled. It was announced that the winner would receive $12 million. Now, this was the first time the winner would win an 8-figure amount, and it was a big increase compared to the previous 2 years. After a grueling multi-day battle on the felt, Gold then took home the win and the $12 million. Back then, Jamie was an amateur player who got into the main event with his deal with a casino operator, and then he went on the biggest run of his life to achieve the win in the biggest ever main event field. Some controversy marked Gold's victory, as it later came to light he agreed before to give half of his main event winnings to the man who helped him get the deal. In the end, Jamie agreed to pay Leeser an undisclosed amount so he could only keep part of the amount. Elton Sing. Elton Sing defeated a total of 25 other players when he took part in the infamous £1 million Monte Carlo one-drop extravaganza in 2016, winning the third largest single payout in the history of poker with almost $12.25 million. Known as one of the most skilled Asian poker players ever, Sing is now a professional player based in Hong Kong. When Elton Sing founded Macau's first live poker tournament, he became more established in the poker scene. In his most popular game yet against Gertevoy in Monte Carlo, Sing showed off his high roller nature with one of the most intense playing styles as he increased the bet repeatedly and put more pressure on his competitor. Martin Jacobson. Usually the prize for the main event winner is usually a direct reflection of the total number of buy-ins, and the more entries there are, the bigger the win. But Martin Jacobson pocketed $10 million for his 2014 win, even though this wasn't one of the most significant main events in history. In 2014, organizers decided to try a little experiment, and they guaranteed a payout of $10 million for the winner in any case of the overall prize pool. This was good for whoever would win the bracelet, but not so good for the runner-up and the players who made it to the final table. Martin won $10 million, but his fellow who won second place got $5.1 million. This was the most significant discrepancy between first and second place in main events, and this didn't go over too well with the players, so the WSOP abandoned the idea. To add to this, the second place winner had to pay more than 50% in taxes on his winnings, but Jacobson didn't have to pay any taxes, so his payout was 4 times bigger in the end. Daniel Coleman. Coleman, an online poker player, stepped into the limelight and got worldwide recognition in the poker tournament world when he won big in the big one for one drop in the year of 2014, winning $15.3 million. It was in 2014 that Daniel participated in live poker tournaments, and he's been considered one of the best poker players since his victory. During Coleman's game with Negreanu, he was noticed to have displayed amazing game sensibility, and he was able to read the table well and led it with pure aggression. Greg Merson. The 2012 main event saw a lot of similar numbers to the one from 2009. even though the number of entries was slightly larger, which was 6,598, the final prize for the winner was a little bit smaller. Greg Merson walked away with the win, winning $8,527,982 for his performance. Greg was a young gun who came up playing online cash games. Later on, 2012 was a huge year for him, as he won another WSOP bracelet, claiming victory in the $10,000 Six Max Championship. Despite his success on the field, Merson had to fight many demons personally. Merson became addicted to narcotics, and his battle with addiction was a long and grueling one. As a result of this and other cashes during the series, he also stated the coveted title of the Player of the Year. According to Merson, he finally overcame it in December of 2011, just a few months before his stellar performance in the World Series of Poker in 2012. Joe Cada. Peter Eastgate was the youngest main event winner in the history of the competition in 2008. That year saw 6,494 players get a prize pool of $61 million, as well as with more than $8.5 million set aside for the winner. Ultimately, it was Cada standing tall, stating his big win. He became the youngest main event champion. However, this wasn't the only thing that marked the final table. The runner-up, Darvin Moon, was the talk of the tournament. Now, his story was a bit similar to that of Chris Moneymaker, and if he were to win, many people believed it would trigger another poker boom. But in the end, he finished in second place, and pocketing close to $5.2 million. However, there was a small influx of players afterwards. Jonathan Duhamel. The year 2010 had around 7,319 players going to Las Vegas to participate in the main event. With the large field and the total prize pool of up to $69 million, the champion took home the 5th biggest prize in history. Duhamel managed to take home the victory and the bracelet after outlasting every player in the tournament. For this, Duhamel got $8,944,310. Also, this was the first of 3 WSOP bracelets that he's managed to win up to this point. Then in 2011, the player was a home invasion victim, and the main event bracelet was stolen. When a street cleaner found it, he eventually got it back, but it was in really bad condition, with many pieces missing. Peter Eastgate. The 2008 WSOP main event was a significant one in WSOP history. It was the first time that the tournament didn't play down to the winner. Instead, the table play final was suspended until a few months when the players came back to Rio to play until there was a winner. This concept, which is known as the November 9, and this stuck around for quite a few years before the organizers went back to the old way of doing things. Then this was the year that the main event winner was awarded the 4th largest prize. The final 9 returned to play for the massive first place prize of over $9.1 million. And when it was all said and done, the poker player Peter Eastgate held all of the chips. Peter didn't break the record for the biggest main event win, but he became the youngest ever main event winner. Antonio Esfandiari. The first place on our list of biggest poker tournament wins goes to Antonio Esfandiari, who won a shocking $18,346,067 at the 2012 Big One for One Drop. The poker player took down Sam Trickett in the process and won the biggest prize in poker history. He's also triumphed over 47 other entries to get to the top position at this tournament. Long before becoming a poker player, Antonio worked as a professional magician, and so his nickname, the Magician, stuck. Esfandiari is now a well-respected, high-rolling professional poker player and is yet to repeat his biggest success in the poker world. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon in another video.